Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna take a look at the Master League, and yeah, we are like, this is basically the best league around right now for people who want to play a league that's stable and is not gonna disappear after a while. As yeah, we only have Little Cup otherwise, so I think a lot of people are gonna be interested in Master League in general. I haven't really done any analysis videos or like best teams in Master League yet, because it wasn't really the league I used to play in. Now where I have a bit more money, which is sadly the most part of this league, thanks to being YouTuber and stuff like this, I actually have some Pokemon that I can finally use. But also for those that don't have the money to rate Pokemon, or like don't have luck with trades, like I also never had, so that's why I didn't really used to play Master League before. I just didn't have luck with trades and didn't have luck with raids. Yeah, for those I also have teams that don't require any legendary Pokemon. I have 2 of them in there, I think. And otherwise, yeah, in general, very interesting meta. I think it's one of the best metas right now anyway, because it's very fast paced. You know what you're basically gonna face, and it's a lot of fun in my opinion. Like I don't really mind Master League, I just don't really like the pay aspect. This is also for level 50 Master League, kinda ish. Of course you cannot get every Pokemon there yet, but most of the teams are gonna be the same, because it's basically the same Pokemon, just different level. You want to have a Hundo at level like 40 here anyway, so this video gonna be a bit different than the other meta reviews, as we're not gonna talk about Pokemon directly. I'm just gonna showcase 10 different teams, and also, okay, I'm gonna talk a bit more about Zarude in the end, so that's something maybe a lot of people are gonna look forward to, as this is gonna be released at the 1st of October. And I'm definitely gonna showcase that on my channel, so if you haven't subscribed, feel free to subscribe. It's always free, you can always change your mind later on, but let's go right to the first team. The first team gonna be a team which I used last season. Yeah, last season. There's a lot of success with it. It's gonna be Dialga, Mewtwo, Conkeldurr. And yeah, Dialga in general is the best Pokemon in Master League. There's literally no doubt. Like, this thing is completely amazing. If you have not had that yet, like, you should get that. With shields and stuff like that, this can like nearly win against everything. And it's broken since it's there. Basically, Mewtwo is one of the best save swap in the league. Of course, now you have Yveltal in the meta, which is always kind of tricky, as this thing completely shuts down Mewtwo. But what I did here is running Mewtwo with Ice Beam. Ice Beam on Mewtwo, I think, is a save swap, a really cool option. Especially if you have a Shadow, because then you can actually flip the match up with the Yveltal. And then have Conkeldurr in the back. You can put basically everything that counters Melmetal, or like in general like Excadrill, something like this. And Conkeldurr was like a cool fighting type option that I still had available last season, and I thought this was like a really cool team, worked out really well for me. Those things here on the screen doesn't always like say perfectly right how this team gonna function, because like something like Mewtwo against Groudon, you can still win, especially if you have Ice Beam on that thing. It always depends on the matchups. Like, if you see like those little circles there, doesn't mean that there's like gonna be a hard loss or anything like this. On to the next team. We're gonna have Dragonite, Excadrill, and Melmetal. For this team you don't have to raid, for example. Melmetal you only get from like those boxes, which you can get for free. If you connect Pokemon Go to Pokemon Home and transfer Pokemon over, you get those boxes for that. Melmetal, one of the best Pokemon since Master League is around, just because it can counter Dialga so hard. And it's the best counter for Togekiss as well. So basically being a wall to those two and Dragonite is like such a cool thing. We have Dragonite in the lead here. You see how much this actually beats. It's crazy for a Pokemon that is not legendary. And then we have Excadrill in the back here. Excadrill just wants to clean against the Dialga. For this team you need, for example, for the Dragonite you need 2 answers for Dialga, as this is a really bad matchup for it. And we have Melmetal and the Excadrill in the back for that. So we're basically fine for that. And in general, this is a team that is very similar to Obata's team from season 2, I think. But he used Dialga instead of Excadrill, which is also something that you could use if you don't have an Excadrill here. Next up, we're gonna have a really cool team as well. Here we have Ho-Oh in the lead. We have Dialga as a save swap and Giratina Origin in the back. Yeah, another team with Dialga. Not every team gonna have Dialga in that. I'm gonna say that already. I think you're most likely gonna be able to play something else in Dialga there as well. You need something as a save swap that baits out the Togekiss while still having access to moves that can hit that, basically. The main goal for this team is, yeah, you have Ho-Oh in the lead, a Pokemon that is really good against a lot of stuff. Beats kind of loses to the Kyogre, so you want to have 2 answers for that in the back. And with the Giratina Origin in the back, you don't really want to have a Togekiss against this in the back. So here we have a really good synergy, as if you swap in Dialga against like a bad lead for the Ho-Oh, for example, like Kyogre, there's coming in Togekiss, you're gonna be able to just like go for some Iron Heads, pressure some shields, still do some stuff, and actually get the Togekiss out of the way for the Giratina at the end. It's a really nice synergy between those Pokemon in general. I really like this team, looks really good on paper and should be also really good in game. The next team is again a team with Dialga. I swear, this is not every team with Dialga. I think we already had one without Dialga. Yeah, we had one without Dialga, but you could have also used Dialga. But yeah, it's not every team with Dialga. We have Kyogre in the lead, a Pokemon that I still need to build, but I don't have a good one yet, so I kind of need to trade for a good one. Yeah, I have actually rated, I think, 100 Kyogre in total, and my best one was like, I don't know, 89%? Yeah, why? But yeah, this is like the thing which I don't like about Master League. Either you put a lot of money into that, and even then it's not guaranteed that you can actually play in this league. But yeah, Kyogre, if you have one, a really good Pokemon. Dialga has a Say-Swap again. There is not a lot of stuff that you can use, I think, in this team other than Dialga, because the main reason is here maybe like something like Dragonite, but this is even a bit worse. Like Dragonite would be a worse Dialga. But the main goal for this team is, okay, you have Kyogre in the lead, a Pokemon that beats Melmetal pretty hard, and like all the Steel types in general. Then you have Dialga that baits out those Pokemon. And then you have Togekiss in the back that definitely does not want to face any Steel type Pokemon. So this is a really, really cool team as well. I don't know who built this team. I think someone else built that before, because I've faced this team like dozens of times before. I think it's like from someone, but I have no idea what it is. I just faced this like 20,000 times last season, so pretty decent team. Thank God, a team without Dialga. Here we go. I kind of wanted to try to build a team around both the new legendaries from Generation 8 with Zacian and Zamazenta. And here's basically the result of that. We have Kyogre, we have Zacian, we have Zamazenta in the back. Kind of what I want to do here as well. Again, you don't really want to face anything like a Dialga in the league with a Kyogre, so you have like two answers with that in the back. I think it's a good synergy in general. You should use Zacian as a sales swap in my opinion, especially like to get all. I mean, yeah, it doesn't really matter what you really use as a sales swap. I think Zacian is a bit better, because if you get like a Togekiss against you, that you have basically no play with the Zamazenta. So I think Zacian is gonna be really good there. Sadly, I'm most likely not going to be able to feature Zamazenta. I have a good one which I want to build, but I only have like 60 candy or something for that. I have like 500 rare candy, but we're going to have Zarude coming out, and I really want to play the Zarude instead of Zamazenta. If I still have enough I don't know. We also get like a lot of new Pokemon during Halloween, so I'm most likely going to showcase them as well. So most likely Zamazenta has to wait for a little bit still. But yeah, this is definitely a really cool team, I think, and should work out pretty well. Giratina Origin can be a problem, but Zacian you should run definitely with Play Rough, and with Zamazenta you still have the coverage with Crunch, so I think you should be fine actually. Yeah, a team, again, which is very interesting. A team that I faced like 2,000 times last season again. I don't know who made this team again, but here we have Melmetal, Lugia, and Yveltal. I think maybe they're tactical, but I'm not 100% sure. I just know that I faced this team like dozens of times, and it was really good. People use Yveltal as a sales swap here, I think, and you can decide if you want to remember that I saw it also a lot against me with other steel types. I think someone used Metagross once, and someone else used Excadrill against me as well. Both are fine in the lead, I think. But yeah, this double flyer backline basically is something that it's very strong right now, and in general, if you don't face a fairy type wizard, it's really good. But if you face a fairy type, you don't really want to have that against the Lugia either, because Lugia has Dragon Tail as a trick move. So basically having the option to get them out with the Yveltal say swap, and then having like something like Melmetal or even I don't know, Excadrill in the lead, you should be fine to counter those fairy types again, and then maybe sweep with Lugia. Lugia is a really good Pokemon. This Pokemon I might actually be able to build, because I built like one kinda-ish already for Ultra League, and I'm just gonna power that thing up. It has like 96% IV, and I already have the candy because Lugia was like out like 20,000 times already. So yeah, I might build one for, maybe I build this. Yveltal, I actually have also a really good one laying around. I think a 98% one. But yeah, I sadly don't have the rare candy for them, so Don't know, maybe I'm gonna build that at the end of Master League, we have to see. Here, again, look at this team. A team without any legendary Pokemon. Isn't that nice? No Dialga, no nothing. And this team is really good against Dialga, as we basically have played with every Pokemon here. If you face Dialga in the lead, you should swap out into Excadrill still, because you have Metagross and you have the Togekiss, both of them are fine against it. And you have an ABB line. So if your opponent plays, I don't know, something like Kyogre or something, or a fighting type, you kind of want to swap out into Excadrill and get that out. This team looks really weak to Kyogre, not gonna lie, and really weak to Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh is pretty rarely seen. I don't think I faced it at all with this team when I played it. I played this team on my own. I think there's a video on my channel about this team, so check that out. But yeah, other than that, it looks really decent. And I don't really think it's a bad team at all. Like, if you don't have any legendaries, this team should definitely work out pretty well. Next up, we're gonna have a team which I played last season as well. Is Zacian in the lead, we have Dialga in the back, and we have Landorus NiRiain form as a say-swap in this time. I kind of wanted to build a team around Zacian in the lead. This time I played it with a Wild Charge, by the way, so I would recommend using Wild Charge here as well. Play rough is still fine though, like if you don't want to run Wild Charge, play rough is still fine. Just a bit more coverage against stuff like the Togekiss or the Kyogres and things like this. But yeah, if you want to play rough, it's also totally okay. The main reason was just like Dialga as a closer, I wanted to try that out. Then there's NiRiain form. You see already in the screen here, like this looks really good and was really good as a say swap. I was impressed with this thing. This thing basically always gets you a shield or wins the matchup. Like, this thing has such a high attack set. It's basically like Mewtwo, but has a bit better coverage in my opinion in most cases. So it's definitely a Pokemon that's a bit underrated still, but something that you definitely should maybe take a look at. Team 9, we're gonna have a Dragonite in the lead again. We have Snorlax as a say-swap and Excadrill in the back. I think that's a team that I got suggested by a viewer last time. I think I also played this team and it worked really well. Like, this team was really well balanced. Snorlax is way better than you might expect. It doesn't look good here on paper, but this thing when I played it, it was so bulky. It always basically got to the move 1 HP and Dream. This thing was so nice. I can definitely recommend you using this team. Of course, Snorlax is a bit more of meta, you don't really see that at all. Excadrill is actually a really meta pick. You see a lot of teams here. I built with Excadrill. This thing is amazing. It's like a bit of a cheaper option if you got that already out of different events and stuff like this. It's a really cool Pokemon, especially because it just can counter those dragons, Togekiss, Dialga, and also can counter something like the Melmetal. Okay, and here we go. Team 10, most likely, and also a general talk about Zarude. Most likely the thing where a lot of people are gonna skip to, because it's a new Pokemon, yay! We can talk about this new Pokemon now. We have a moveset here with Orion Whip, Power Whip, and Dark Pulse, which a lot of people think it's a decent moveset, I think as well. You're gonna be able to counter a lot of Pokemon out of the meta actually. For example, you're gonna be able to counter Kyogre, you're gonna be able to counter Groudon, something like this. And as you see here, it beats 17, it loses 17, it has one draw. It's pretty okay, but it's like nothing crazy. I think the typing in general, it's the first grass type that is half viable in the Master League, so the typing is at least unique. People won't expect that too much, but do I think it's gonna be like really strong? I don't know. I don't really think so. But you actually completely hard countered Giratina Origin, which is cool. I think the other Giratina matchup gonna be a bit tricky. I think you have to get to 3 Dark Pulses, and I think the Dragon Claw is gonna hurt over time a lot. So yeah, let's see. Let's take a look at the team we have built around that thing. And the team gonna be Zarude, Landorus, NiRiain, and Melmetal. It's a pretty, I don't know, like off-meta team, very interesting team. Like, you don't really see Landorus, NiRiain that often. And yeah, Melmetal in the back, of course, is definitely meta and pretty decent. But you need like 2 options definitely for Dialga, as you cannot really do anything against Dialga with this thing. And you kind of need an option for Ho-Oh as well. And his NiRiain has the option to go for Stone Edge, while the Melmetal still has the Rock Slide for that as coverage moves. And in general, the Melmetal doesn't really want to face Giratina Origin, while you hard counter Giratina Origin in the lead. And then there's NiRiain basically can counter that out and can go for some stone ninjas, and actually SSA swap has a pretty decent time with that. You could, I don't think, I also thought of using Mewtwo as a safe swap, but then you have the problem with Yveltal, and you kind of need coverage for Yveltal as well. So having Denros, I think, is pretty sick with Zarude. That's like my opinion. I think that's a really good core. And you also have like 2 Pokemon that kind of answer Togekiss, which is also pretty decent. I think this team is really nice. But yeah, this is gonna be it for this video. Thanks all for watching. If you haven't liked this video, I would really appreciate that, as this helps out way more than you expect, as it's gonna basically make the video appear more often for other people. And yeah, that's gonna be it. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I don't know which league you're gonna play in. Just let me know in the comments if you play Masters or if you play this new cool little cup, which has a really interesting meta, which I most likely gonna link here at the end card anyway. So yeah, see you in the next video and have a great rest of your day.